Hey, World Entertainment, and there's a story out now that really highlights the chaos that Marvel Studios is currently in. And we're going to have a look at the article because it's quite telling and interesting because it goes into She-Hulk, what we could almost expect from Daredevil, and Echo. Yeah, so let's have a look at the article that's on Bounding Into Comics that says, rumor, Marvel Studios planned to give Echo the Batgirl treatment, possibly saved it to serve as filler during writer strike. That's right, by the looks of it, they were going to take the tax write-off with Echo. So according to the latest whisper on the street, Marvel's upcoming Echo is so abysmal in quality that the studio wanted to give the Disney Plus series the Batgirl treatment, only choosing not to at the last second in order to have something to air during a potential content drought resulting from the currently ongoing writer strike. And if I'm correct, if I remember correctly, I should say, I think Echo is the one they are going to dump all the episodes all at once, which really kind of just shows you they want to just kind of, here it is, and get rid of it as quickly as possible. So word of Marvel's disappointment in their recent deaf one-legged vigilante was first raised by veteran studio stuntman Chris Brewster during a July 21st appearance on the, I think it's pronounced Aikizo, unscripted podcast. I have no idea how to pronounce the podcast name. Following a brief recollection of his experience working on the original Netflix Daredevil, Brewster, who served not only as Chris Evans and Charlie Cox's respective stunt doubles in Captain America the Winter Soldier and the original Daredevil, the Netflix Daredevil, not the Ben Affleck one, but also as either a stunt coordinator or performer on Iron Man 3, 4, The Dark World, Guardians of the Galaxy, and the list just goes on and on and on and ends with Ms. Marvel, broke the unfortunate news to host Peter and Luca that Marvel was doing away with that incarnation of the Devil of Hell's Kitchen. Yeah, so speaking to Marvel's upcoming Daredevil Born Again Disney Plus series, Brewster revealed Marvel has told every person working on that show that they don't want Born Again to look anything like the Netflix Daredevil series. Taking note of Peter and Luca's vocal disappointment, the stuntman then asserted, "Trust me, not only did I work on the show, I was one of the biggest fans of the show. I think that the Marvel Netflix Daredevil was a masterpiece. I think that the casting was perfect," he further praised. "I think that every showrunner, every person who worked on that show was a genius. It was an incredible experience, and in my opinion, and most people agree on, it was Marvel's best streaming show. I think that Charlie and Vincent absolutely crushed it as their characters. I think that every person who worked on the show absolutely nailed it." Sadly, Brewster's positive statements ended there, as in terms of the character's future, the stuntman lamented, "I think that now that the MCU has taken over the character, they are really, really hurting it." If you watched She-Hulk, they turned Daredevil into a cartoon. He began his criticism of Hornhead's costumed MCU debut. "It's all animated and it looks bad. I love CG to enhance real movement. But if you don't have any real movement, it just becomes a cartoon. It's just CG. There's no weight to it." And what always made the action on Daredevil so good is that it was visceral, Brewster asserted. You felt what Charlie was feeling. Brewster, between his performance and just being in there in the action and anything that you saw, we really did, you know. We had to put somebody on a wire. When we needed something to enhance the movement, we would use CG. But it was never a cartoon, it was live action. And you will never match the energy that live action has. So I think you know that She-Hulk was a massive step down as far as movement goes and the action. And he's not wrong. Just look at what Tom Cruise is doing to entertain the audiences. It was at this point in his criticism the stuntman revealed Echo's close call. So Echo isn't out yet, but I've heard it is just as bad, said Brewster. I've heard they were going to Batgirl it because they weren't happy with it, and now they're doing reshoots and they're planning on airing it. But I think that could also do with the fact that there's a strike and there's not a lot of content right now. So they're like, well, we have it made already. Notably, this is not the first time questions regarding Echo's quality have been raised. On the May 18th episode of his and critic John Roca's The Hot Mic podcast, noted film scooper and reporter Jeff Snyder told his co-host, I'd heard the show was kind of plagued by issues throughout production really. I heard that it was a mess. That the show came in, they basically had to reshoot the entire thing. So it's really not looking good over there at Marvel, is it? You have the stuntman coming out saying She-Hulk was abysmal, they're destroying Daredevil, and hinting that Echo was almost Batgirl to be made a tax write-off, but now that Marvel has nothing coming in because of the writer's strike, nothing in production, they've gone, well, we're going to have to release this garbage, which is probably also why they're releasing it all in one go. The binge model, something they've never done. It's quite telling and not looking good for Marvel. Whew. Anyway, with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.